Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Carlo Ancelotti has asked Real Madrid to convince Bukayo Saka to join the club. Carlo Ancelotti has asked Real Madrid to convince Arsenal winger Bukayo Saka to make the move to Spain. Saka has been one of the best performing attackers in world football this season. He's developed from a young, up-and-coming player into an established key man for Arsenal this season. Fabrizio Romano confirmed took out offside via his Substack column that talks are ongoing between Saka and Arsenal regarding a new deal, but we are yet to see the contract signed off. Now Ancelotti wants to take advantage of the situation and he's asked Real Madrid to sign the Arsenal youngster, according to El Nacional via 90 Minutes. Saka would be an excellent signing for Real Madrid if they somehow manage to pull it off. However, Arsenal are one of the most attractive clubs to be playing football, and Saka came through the academy and is worshipped by the fans. With Arsenal currently sat at the top of the Premier League, it's difficult to see a reason as to why Saka would consider moving at this stage, but it will be interesting to see his stance during the summer transfer window and beyond. Arsenal's coaching staff have been working so hard to transform Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah and Arsenal's coaching staff have been working so hard on the striker's improvement in training. Nketiah has debuted so well for Gabriel Jesus, and the improvement in his all-round game has been clear to see in recent weeks. The 23-year-old has always been a good goal scorer, but he is doing everything so well right now, and his confidence is sky high. A report by The Athletic claims that is no accident and said that Nketiah has gone off and done fitness work himself privately too, but the club have also made an effort to help Nketiah physically to go from a prolific youth goal scorer to robust Premier League centre forward. They say Albert Stevenberg has been doing drills with him during Gunners training about his position and how to create overloads. He has also been doing drills with his back to goal to improve his hold-up play, and that is all adding up to the player we see now. There are still more heights for Nketiah to scale. He needs to keep this form going until the end of the season and may well get international recognition before the campaign ends too. The work ethic which has got him this far will stand him in good stead as the challenge keep coming and the Premier League defenses try to work out how to deal with the forward. The report says he is also working on being alive for the whole game, not just in moments, and of course he scored late on against Manchester United on Sunday to clinch a 3-2 win. Everton made an offer for Zinchenko last summer. Everton made an offer to sign Alex Zinchenko during the summer before he left Manchester City to join Arsenal. The Athletic claimed that the Toffees wanted the Ukrainian international, but he always preferred a move to the Emirates Stadium and joined the Gunners for £32 million. As it turns out, that is a decision which has seen him battling for the Premier League title rather than embroiled in a relegation battle. Arsenal lead the table, with Mikel Arteta nominated for January's Manager of the Month, while Everton are managerless after sacking Frank Lampard. Moving to Everton would have seen Zinchenko battling with international teammate Mykolenko for the left-back slot. That said, he has midfield experience, and for a team of Everton's standing, perhaps he could have been more of a playmaker, like he is with Ukraine. Zinchenko got a great reception at Goodison Park last season, as their supporters showed support for him amid the war in Ukraine. He has since established himself as first choice at Arsenal, with former Everton captain Arteta preferring his fullbacks to be capable of moving inside and playing from there. Zinchenko has done so well that rumours have started that Kieran Tierney could well leave the Emirates Stadium in the summer. Everton are yet to make a single January signing to boost their squad in the relegation battle after their attempt to sign Danjuma was hijacked at the last by our rivals Tottenham. Journalist says keep an eye on Dusan Vlahovic after Chelsea and Arsenal links. We are into the final few days of the January window, and Chelsea and Arsenal are still being talked about when it comes to big names. One name who continues to be mentioned when it comes to both Arsenal and Chelsea is Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic. The Serbian's time in Turin has been up and down, and with Juve having big off-field issues, there could be a door opening for Vlahovic to move on, and according to journalist Benny Jacobs, Vlahovic is a player fans should keep an eye on, especially when it comes to the summer window. Answering fan questions on his Twitter account, Jacobs believes Vlahovic is a player to watch, with Chelsea the most likely. The Blues have added plenty of width this January, but as yet, a new number 9 hasn't arrived. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang failed to deliver for them. Vlahovic, who has lauded by Mika Richards for being lightning quick, moved to Juve for more than £60 million in January 2022. Previous reports had suggested Arsenal were willing to bid around £71 million for Vlahovic. It's only 12 months since Arsenal chased Vlahovic heavily and were disappointed to see him sign for Juventus, but there now seems to be a genuine chance for both the Gunners and Chelsea to sign the forward. Yes, it'd be another expensive purchase, but the best strikers cost big money and can often be the difference makers. Vlahovic to the Premier League does seem likely to happen one day. It seems then we might be set to see yet another Arsenal and Chelsea battle in the market. Martin Zubimendi's stance emerges as move now possible. We might not even be out of January yet, but reports from Spain are already suggesting some transfer deals for Arsenal. The Gunners have moved to sign Leandro Trossard and Jakub Kiwior this month. However, Mikel Arteta is intent on ensuring his squad never stands still and is consistently open to new players arriving, and according to Sport, one of those players could be Martin Zubimendi. The Spanish publication writes how Zubimendi could be open to moving to Arsenal in the summer. It's claimed he is open to the switch and sees it as a big opportunity. It comes despite reports recently suggesting that Zubimendi has told Arsenal he won't be joining this month. This despite the Gunners apparently being willing to pay his £52 million release clause immediately. But despite the lack of a move this month, Sport claims a summer switch is a possibility. They claim that Zubimendi could be tempted to make a push to move to Arsenal. Further, it's claimed he also shares the same agency as Mikel Arteta, who is said to be a big fan of the player. Zubimendi, 23-year-old, is enjoying a fine season with Real Sociedad. He is not in a rush to move, but could well see Arsenal too good to turn down come the summer. Midfield is clearly an area Arsenal want to strengthen. Players like Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo are being linked, so it's no surprise to see talk of Zubimendi continuing. £52 million seems a lot for a 23-year-old who is not quite delivered for a top team yet. However, Mikel Arteta will know a good midfielder when he sees one, and clearly he likes what he sees with his fellow countryman. Zubimendi looks to have a lot of quality. The risk really is how quickly he can settle in England if he does move. Manchester United could make late move for incredible Gunners target Youri Tielemans. CBS Sports journalist Benny Jacobs has told the Football Terrace that Manchester United could try to sign the reported Arsenal target Youri Tielemans late on in the transfer window. Mikel Arteta will be happy with the business Arsenal have done so far after the club have addressed two key areas by signing Leandro Trossard and Jakub Kiwior. Arsenal's strength and depth is expected to come to the forefront in their bid to end their 20-year wait for a Premier League title. Of course, the Gunners have been heavily linked with a move for Tielemans over the past two transfer windows. The Belgian's contract with Leicester City is set to run until the end of the season, and journalist Dean Jones claims he's still on Arteta's radar, as well as Wolves star Ruben Neves. But the Gunners may face added competition for the 25-year-old, as Jacobs has suggested Erik ten Hag's men could throw their name in the mix. Speaking on the Football Terrace, Jacobs feels Arsenal will be on the lookout for a new midfielder before next week's deadline. He said, I think we shouldn't only be referring to a light Manchester United movement in terms of strikers. From what I hear, it's more creative-minded players that can either get box-to-box from attacking midfield or in central areas, or are a little more versatile across the front areas. Therefore, keep an eye on a player like Youri Tielemans, who will be available on a free transfer in the summer. The expectation is that Leicester are going to try and hang on to Tielemans. They are not going to accept any financial offers now, because it's more valuable to the football club to lose him on a free but have Tielemans help keep Leicester up. We know Arsenal could be in the mix for a midfielder, especially with Mohamed El-Neni injured, and I'm still waiting to see if a Manchester United, less likely a Newcastle, possibly Arsenal, choose to speed up the strategy on Tielemans and due to the need to put something down. I guarantee you, as soon as anyone puts an offer down for Tielemans, other clubs will have their heads turned, and Manchester United are ones to watch in that capacity, the journalist said. Romano shares McKennie update amid Leeds and Arsenal links. Leeds United and Arsenal have both been linked with Weston McKennie in recent days. The Whites are currently in talks with Juventus over the United States international midfielder. However, Corriere dello Sport have recently reported that Arsenal are circling around McKennie as well. This one is going to be really interesting. Leeds have already agreed broad personal terms with Weston McKennie. Nothing is signed. Arsenal have crept into the conversation a little bit later. We know Arsenal would be in the market for a midfielder for sure. Mikel Arteta has admitted that Arsenal are looking for reinforcements in wake of Mohamed El-Neni's injury. However, it looks as though Leeds are now on the right track based on Fabrizio Romano's latest update. The transfer insider wrote on Twitter that talks between the Whites and Juve are now progressing well. Romano said the parties are discussing key details, McKennie having given the green light on a move to Elland Road. However, the Italian stressed that it's not done deal yet and that negotiations will continue in the next hours. The 24-year-old has been described as an excellent box-to-box midfielder. He has done very well at Juve and certainly impressed for the USA at the World Cup last year. His arrival would be a huge boost for a White's outfit currently hovering just 1 point above the bottom three. However, if this transfer window has taught us anything, it's that you can't rest until the player signs the contract. Arsenal experienced this to some degree, although it wasn't as last minute as the Danjuma story. Nonetheless, Leeds should and probably will do all they can to steal the deal and get the signature as soon as they can. Arsenal may decide that they need an extra man in midfield, with El-Neni sidelined and Albert Sambi Lokonga the only backup option right now. McKennie would certainly be a great option for the Gunners too, but there are better options available outside in the market. Fabrizio Romano offers an update on Arsenal's interest in Moises Caicedo. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted that Arsenal have made a £60 million bid to sign Moises Caicedo from Brighton. Mikel Arteta said at his press conference before facing Manchester City tonight that he wants a new midfielder before the end of the January transfer window. Romano claims the Gunners have made a bid which would be the second biggest fee Arsenal have paid in their entire history. Only the price they paid for Nicolas Pepe during the reign of Unai Emery would be the bigger than signing Caicedo for £60 million. But TalkSport's Alex Crook claims that there is no chance Brighton accept £60 million for the midfielder, and they do not want to sell him this month. Arsenal's major bid for Caicedo is perhaps something of a surprise, as they have seemingly made Declan Rice their top target for the summer. They could get both across two different windows, but that would be an expensive undertaking when they have Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey too. It remains to be seen how hard Arsenal push for Caicedo to boost their title hopes, with El-Neni apparently at risk of missing the remainder of the season through injury. And answering some questions via his Twitter account last night, journalist Ben Jacobs said that Arsenal do indeed have an interest in Caicedo. However, he believes their stance over Mikhailo Mudryk, where they refuse to pay over the odds, will dictate their bid. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news show, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.